Hello everyone, and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. It's teaching us some stuff, but we'll deal with that a little bit later. In the last episode, we came here to the Refugee camp, having learned that Colony 9-6 is also being attacked by the Mechon. We met Juju, who's an incredibly irritating character who got himself into trouble. We saved him and he's fucked off and got himself into trouble again, and we'll be dealing with that a little later. But we have been joined by Sharla, who is a very useful character. This is the classic RPG trio, because hey, if Shulk is the DPS glass cannon, Ryan is the tank, Sharla is the healer. And in some ways it's really handy to have her, and she makes a lot of fights easier. In other ways, the game really does Sharla dirty, mechanically speaking, and I'll get to that in kind of just a second, but I'm going to swap some stuff around. Well, I'll go through kind of her arts as they generally are at the moment. Basically, no, I won't. She's got some healing, and basically she can do some buffs and some debuffs, and that's kind of what the game was telling her about. Buffs make us stronger, debuffs make enemy weaker. She can clear debuffs, she can put buffs on enemies, and she can do some standard healing. So she's your standard kind of healer type. We'll go through her arts actually in battle a bit, but I'm just going to switch so that Sharla is up in the front. And then we will just equip her off screen. Generally, one of the nice things in this game is when someone joins your party, they tend to come with pretty good equipment. We might have some stuff that's better, but it's not like she's got garbage off the top. So let's see if we've got anything better for her. No, her standard stuff's pretty good. Sharla is an ether user. She uses an ether rifle for her attacks and her arts, and therefore everything is ether powered on her. So ether up gems are really handy for Sharla because they make her healing and her attack power just better. I'm gonna see what we can do with her appearance as well. If I can change it to anything. As I say, I've got a pretty big, especially with the female characters, no swimwear rule. And you know, what she's currently wearing is, by Japanese video game standards, actually surprisingly modest. So, let's see what our options have got. What the hell? Well, that's ridiculous. Yeah, less of that. I mean, that would be fine, but why's it got the boob gap? Ugh, baffling. Like, that leg gear would be fine, but it's just the ass is missing. What the, Yeah, we'll actually leave her in her default gear for now. Oh, we got some gloves for Ryan that have got strength up 3 on them. They're a little bit worse than the ether defense, but heavy armor's a nice thing for Ryan to move towards, generally speaking. Wow, that's a powerful color. So with that, we are not going to be pursuing Juju immediately, because I've had enough of the man for now, so we're going to be getting some generic quests. So let's start here with, not Gorman, he's a named person. We will start with the Refugee here, who will give us Material Quest 2 to get some new equipment for clothes. So this is Turken Crest from Spear-Carrying Turkens, and Turken Tail Feathers from Bow-Carrying Turkens. Don't worry, you'll be intimately familiar with what a Turken is by the end of the Bionis leg. And she'll also offer us Material Quest 4 to get us some Vang 3rd Molars to get amulets to make people safe, apparently. That's a thing. Interesting thing to note as well. So you see this little symbol next to the quest down there, next to the exclamation mark. That means this is a timed quest. It's not timed in terms of time. All this is telling you is there is some point in the game at which this quest will no longer be available. You don't know when that is, and you will never know when that is. I will always tell you, actually, so you will know when that is. Certainly I'll tell you when you're at the point of no return where it's like, hey, by this point, make sure you've done these quests. This is something that Mass Effect 3 needed with its fucking priority quests that weren't priority, but other non-priority quests could be lost. That this tells you, yep, this quest is not going to be around forever. But this point, the point at which these quests become available is both long in the future and optional. But don't worry, I'll warn you about it at the time where it becomes relevant. We've got another Refugee here, and he will give us Collection Quest 1, get some almonds as food, apparently. I've already done that, because they were just a collectible, which I already had. Excellent. That was easy. We actually do, I think, while I'm here, I want to gather this quest here from Gorman, who basically says, they've been hanging clothes out to dry, and monsters have been stealing with them. Yeah, it definitely ain't good. We don't have that many clothes, so this puts us in quite an awkward position. I hadn't decided what voice I was going to do, and I flipped around a lot. But I know who the culprits are. You know who did it? Well, why not send out a band of young people to get him? It's mostly just oldies and children around here. There are some young adults, but they're all cowards and weaklings. It was the Turken who stole them. They have no need for clothes, but they're sneaky, you see. They set traps for Homs who go to try and get back their clothes. Can you get our clothes back? And that gives us thieving monsters from Gorman. Collect the clothes from the Turken Headquarters on the Bioness Leg. I wasn't kidding when I say you'll be well familiar with Turkens. You look like a decent bunch of people, right? You'll take care of it. Their base is northwest of here. You can count on us, we'll get it done. That's right, leave it to us. I'm trying to do Ryan's voice a little bit, just get a bit more cockney with it. We'll see how well that goes. I don't know, I'll just sleep on the table. Yep, it is. Any more quests we want to get? Oh, I want to see if this guy's got anything useful for equipping. Ooh, that's a powerful attack on Ryan, but no slots. Oh, but that's much better even with the slots, which are giving me attack stability and attack plus, actually. Yeah, I'll get that. Interestingly here as well, this guy sells what are called art books. So these allow you to level up an art further. We've not really seen this yet, but I can demonstrate it here with Stream Edge I will buy, Warswing I will buy, and those are the only ones that are particularly useful to us at the moment. Other than Sharla's ones will be useful, but I want to show off her arts a little bit first. So, arts, if we go to level them up, there you go, new arts menus will allow you to obtain a new level of arts. You'll notice if we look at Shulk, for example, he can level Stream Edge now all the way up to level 7, which he can't for any of those other ones. We will actually give Shulk a few more levels in that, and we will level up Air Slash, I think, by 1. Ryan, I'll go for another level of Sword Drive, because that 80-second cooldown is brutal. At least it means you only get to use it once per combat. Don't want to level up Sharla until I've showed off her arts a little bit and talked about the issues with how the game has set up Sharla. Anyway, outside we need to gather a few more quests. Also, this is really cool. You can hear it raining, but it doesn't seem to be raining. Not a glitch. There's one of the Bioness Leg's massive cross braces above us, so no rain's falling on us. Can't quite see it falling over there, but that's where it is falling. Anyway, this refugee here, not the one I wanted to talk to. Yes. This one here, that his friends lost a precious item, so that's a search quest to get some torn paper from Gower Plain. Then, what else do we need to do? We've got a couple more to gather on the way out. Oh, we are going to do some more stuff with Juju this episode, actually, come to think of it, because just leaving the camp counts as doing something with Juju. So this guy here is yet another refugee who will say, I want to see if there are survivors elsewhere, but there are too many mechon around. Will you get rid of some of them for us? So that defeats some M64s by a bridge. He'll also offer us, telling us again about Turken, defeat some Turkens. I'll be taking care of these over the next few episodes, so it's just I want to gather them all while we are here. Then up here, is this a generic questman? Yes, it is. So this guy will then say, it'd be nice to have some decent food, so get some brog leg meat and fertile flummy eggs for that. And he'll also offer us another material quest, which is a sapling that should bring little happiness to the inhabitants of the camp. Can't read, apparently, there. Which is collect 1 bonnet sapling from a slugger bonnet. And I think I may already have one of those. I did already have one of those. Brilliant. Start to cross these ones off. We're making some progress with the colony. Oh, that's worth noting, actually, at this point. We are in a different area affinity-wise, which is might have noticed on the quest visualizer. Stuff's yellow rather than, kind of orange-yellow rather than red. If we look at the affinity charts, we are now in the Colony 6 area, is where Bioness Leg and Colony 6 are. So we're in the kind of next major area of Bioness now. So quests we do here now contribute to area affinity with the Colony 6 area. There's one more set of quests I want to get from, not you, because you're a named person. We'll come back to you in a bit. But yes, the story is also now the party has to leave the refugee camp and go after Juju. So we will be doing a little bit of that before I get much of a chance to get into Sharla. It's this guy on the right here that I was looking for. Yeah, you notice now out here, it actually is raining. It rains quite a lot on Gower Plain, and it's really nice. Again, actually, it's not raining directly on us because we are under the leg thing, but you can see it's raining over there a bit. But yeah, the rain is absolutely beautiful on the Bioness Leg. It's one of my favourite things about it. We've got this refugee here who will say, there's a big shadow appeared and walked towards Ragwell Lake. It was a monster. We don't stand a chance. Can you kill it for us? This gives us Challenge Quest 1, Part 1. Defeat White Eduardo at Ragwell Lake only during a thunderstorm. And then, on top of that, She'll also say there's a monster running around on the Sky stage, which is Violent Andante. Rampaging between Villiera Hill and Sky Stage. So she gives us 2 unique monster quests there. And with that, we can now head out this way.
Sharla, do you know which way Juju went?
There are quite a few ways to get there from here. But he's in a buggy, so I think he'll take Ragwell Bridge.
Ragwell Bridge?
It's not far. It's a really old bridge built around the time Colony 9 was founded.
Okay. Let's make that our next stop. Sounds like a plan. Sharla, you stay back. Leave any monsters up to me and Shulk.
What? You think I can't pull my weight in battle? I've got field experience as a medic. If you get hurt, I can use ether to patch you up.
Nice. I'm always getting roughed up. You'll be a big help.
Come on. Who put this barrier in the way? Oh, now the front suspension's all twisted up. Looks like I'll have to walk it. They're all cowards. I'll show them all.
What a twat. Anyway, there are actually, you may not have noticed them because they're only there at certain times of day, that we've got all the generic quests we can get from this, from the refugee camp at night. But there are some more we can get at the daytime. So we have got, no, you're a real person, aren't you? Yep. Where are we looking? That's cleared up a bit now, actually. So here we have this generic refugee who will say, can you find something for my little sister to play with? There aren't many toys here and I don't know what to do. So collect 3 moth crawlers. So they're just a collectible. Have we got them already? No, we haven't.
Hello?
She'll also say, nope, she won't. This generic NPC here, some of these we have actually already got quests from, but they will give us different quests at daytime. Oh, achievement, ear to the ground. That's for accepting like 50 quests or something. Get rid of monsters so they can go and get some fireflies. Well, they can go and see fireflies by killing some base and antols right outside of the camp. That one's nice and straightforward. This refugee here will say there are monsters near Ragwell Bridge, which we need to take out for her. Oh no, they're monsters who've taken a bird necklace. Let's go and find it from near Ragwell Bridge, which is where we saw Juju crash his car like an idiot on a completely straight bridge. Ugh, and don't even start. Don't even start. And then this Nopon here will give us a couple of quests. There are monsters in my favourite place. Saw them when I went to gather food near Colony 6. I want you to get rid of them. So this gives us 2 challenge quests with unique monsters. The Trainer Harmalon in the north part of Spiral Valley. Very Banjo-Kazooie on the Bioness upper level. Yes, there's an upper level to Bioness Lake. It's even bigger than you thought it might be. And he'll also give us a big scary monster in the Turken Headquarters, which is Vagrant Alphaeads. In the Turken Headquarters. That's a large Turken monster. Yes, we still don't know what a Turken is, but I assure you we will pretty soon. So, for the rest of this episode, we will be doing side stuff. And we've got a lot of monster quests, which will give me a nice little chance to talk about Sharla. So Sharla is a healer, as I say. She has some attacking arts, which are fine. They're annoying for some reasons, but generally they're fine. Her healing arts are very powerful. But basically in 2 major ways the game fucks her over and makes her just nowhere near as good a character as she could be at this stage in the game. Let's fight this base Nantol and we will see what she can do. So, attacking wise, we've got Thunder Bullet, 2-hit combo, critical against flying and monsters. You'll notice it's purple, think about that for a chain attack, and it's also got a line through it, which means it's an ether power. They're actually all ether powers, all of hers, apart from Metal Blast. Which is, Metal Blast is quite nice. Metal Blast inflicts break. So we've got another way to inflict break now, which is really nice. Cure Bullet grants debuff immunity to 1 party member, so they're immune from any kind of negative effect. Her auto attack is slow but kind of powerful where she fires from an ether rifle. She's a ranged character, of course, so because she's got an ether rifle, so I'm kind of staying back here. Tranquilizer is a fun one. You inflict sleep on an enemy. You're guaranteed to inflict sleep on them, which sleep, as you can imagine, sleep puts them to sleep. But if they get hit by attack, they'll wake up. So when you've got a lot of enemies that you're fighting, it can be really handy to just put one of them to sleep and be like, well, we'll deal with you later. Where's the base Nantol? There. Then we have her kind of healing art. Shield Bullet, really nice one, grants damage immunity to a party member. So if I put that in Ryan, he just won't take any damage at all. Heal Bullet restores HP to one party member, and Heal Blast greatly restores to one party member. Then we have Sharla's Talent Art. Ah, there we go, killed the Antols we needed to do. Sharla's Talent Art is infuriating. Cool Off cools down an overheated weapon. So whenever I use an art, it contributes to her Talent Art, like a normal character. But she doesn't have a Talent Art. Her Talent Art is Cool Off, and if she uses it...
Good to go.
It's kind of clever what they've done mechanically, which is make it so that her arts generate heat on her rifle, which then has to be dissipated with Cool Off. But what that means is, A, you have to stop using arts with your fucking healer on a fairly regular basis in order to let it cool off. And B, it means she just completely doesn't have a talent art. So she has no attacking talent art. And that is really annoying for chain attacks. You may have noticed Sharla has no red arts. She doesn't have any standard attacking arts that would chain particularly well with Shulk and Ryan. She can break, and she has a pink art, Metal Blast, which goes with Shulk's pink break arts. But it makes Sharla really difficult to use well in chain attacks. She doesn't have colours that go well with the lads, and if you think, oh fine, you can use a chain attack as a wild card to kind of bridge the difference. No, because she doesn't have a talent art. Her talent art is a non-attacking art, which is actually just a way of representing heat. So it's those are the two ways in which the game, really does Sharla dirty. Like Thunderbullet and Metal Blast are both quite effective. Because purple arts we've not seen before. Purple arts are like attacking ether arts, and of course Shulk and Ryan don't have anything like that, so they're not useful in a chain attack at all. We've come here first to Kisk Cave, because here we have Gust Vangs, and Gust Vangs are capable of dropping Vang 3rd Moltlers, 3 of which we need from Materials Quest. So I'm just gonna farm these for a bit. You'll notice, yes, Metal Blast and Thunderbolt are also both critical against, like super effective against flying enemies. So that's why it kind of said chance there immediately, which is very cool. Well, that's one of the 3rd molars we need, but we need another 2, so I'm just going to farm a little bit here. There's also an electric ether deposit here, so electric crystals tend to be stuff like, I think ether defense is a ice element thing, but, well, actually we can have a look, rather than just try and speculate wildly. So the crystals we just got there have, ether up and double attack are the main ones kind of that come from this, so we'll have to go back and do some gem crafting at some point, but we actually haven't got any necessarily slots that need filling at the moment. So, let's just respawn at the refugee camp, or is it better to go to the guidepost? Probably the guidepost, and we will just farm some Vangs there until we've got everything we need. Oh, I should do some leveling up of Sharla's arts now. I've actually kind of gone through them a bit. Healing arts, very handy, so I will put some levels into both of them, because that reduces, if nothing else, their cooldown, which is really handy. And then Metal Blast and Thunderbolt, her actual attacking arts, are particularly handy to keep topped up. Thunderbolt has a really nice recharge time, so that's pretty good. And we'll go for Heal Bullet again, because Heal Bullet's got the 23.5 second recharge, is very nice. Cure Bullet, which cures debuff and grants debuff immunity, can be handy in some circumstances. Shield Bullet with the damage immunity is quite handy as well. Not in just like standard monster fights like we're in at the moment, but once you get into like unique monsters or bosses, that debuff immunity and that damage immunity can be really nice. And Sharla does get a lot better as we go, but in the early levels, the game does her dirty, as I say. The lack of a talent art is just, why? Why would you do that? It's kind of, I can see what they're going for mechanically, at the idea that heat builds up in the rifle and has to be dissipated, but they've made it in a way that mechanically gimps her, and that's frustrating.
Come on, Sharla!
I could really do with a shower right now.
Let's stay focused.
Thanks for sharing there, Sharla. Also, I like that when it's raining outside, you hear like rumbling inside the cave, as you would, which is quite cool. So this is probably not a great idea to show it off a chain attack, but probably the best way to use Sharla in a chain attack if you have to is to have her go first, as we have here, so you have to play as her for that, which is do a Thunderbolt first. Oh, well, there goes my idea. I was going to say, basically, you would use Monado Buster to keep the chain going as a 2 times with the wildcard, and then you use Sword Drive for the 3 times with Ryan. There's a nice combination there, but we can't do that, so we'll guess we'll have Shulk do backslash, and then we'll at least get the 2 times Sword Drive, which will kill this thing.
That's what I'm I'm talking about.
Ryan, don't jump.
That was quite funny. I'm sure she was going to say something, like, serious, but she said, Ryan, don't jump, and then Ryan jumped in the air and, like, pumped his fist. It was just an amusing series of events. No things here, so let's do that again.
Now! That's scorching hot!
So, if you wonder what happens if you just fill up Sharla's talent gauge, like now, she just goes, ow, and that's scorching hot, and forces you to use cool off, which takes a long time, during which you can use no arts and do no auto attacks. That's our third molar, that's a confusing thing, and Sharla has also learned a new art. Heal round, this is quite a handy one, because this heals everyone by a little bit. Not as much as heal bullet and definitely not as much as heal blast, but it does hit everyone, which is real nice. Oh, come on, I've been grinding these for a while. Wah. Waluigi mode activated, apparently. Here's a silver chest, so this will hopefully contain what we need. Yeah. And a Sonic Lancer to boot as well. So, cool, that crosses that off. And that took way longer than I was hoping it to. Hoping it would. There we go. So I'm going to harvest... We've been here long enough that we've harvested this ether deposit 3 times now. We've been grinding in this cave for nearly 24 hours. As in game time. God, not real time. It's only been... Well, it's been an hour and 20 since I started on Bionis Leg, last episode, so there we go. Anyway, up here is where we need to go next, that will start to emerge. We are going to do a little bit more quest stuff by the end of the episode, actually. I may have lied again if I said that that's not the case. It's been a while of grinding Vangs, so I've kind of forgotten. And obviously, because we're in a new area now, Bionis Leg, we are in a new section of Collectopedia, so I'll just be gathering collectibles and then plugging them in once we've got a fair number of all of them. Now, up and coming here are some enemies that we want to fight. Here, indeed, is a Turken. This is an archer Turken. Turkens are what you would expect them to be. They are tiny little bird people, and they look absolutely hilarious. They're kind of like, they've got a bit of a Native American feel to them in terms of the design on them. But yes, ones with bows will drop like crests, and ones with spears will drop tail feathers, which we want for a materials quest. We also just want to kill some Turkens here, as you can see from these ones, so I'm just going to do the general and just kind of stay back as Sharla, because the absolute last thing Sharla wants is the aggro. It's quite handy to throw up shield bullet on Shulk, because Shulk's more vulnerable than Ryan, and then just kind of stand back, fire the occasional thunder bullet and metal blast, and then just... I barely, when I'm playing a Sharla, actually look at the combat. I'm mostly just looking at people's health in the top left, and I'll just deploy healing when it needs to be deployed, deploy like Cure Bullet to remove debuffs when it's needed. The occasional Tranquilizer can be handy in fights like this. We are nearly ready for a chain attack, but it'd be wasted on this guy, so I'm going to start a fight over there and use it. Turken Crest. We needed some of those. We need 2 of them specifically, and that is one of them, which is halfway there, everyone. Right, let's let these guys take the heat a little bit first, and then we'll fire up a chain attack pretty soon. We may see a very interesting thing with Turkens before long, which I don't want to talk too much about until it happens. Here we go, chain attack time. So, I guess, yeah, I'll try and do the classic of Thunder Bullet. Now, Shulk has got the Monado ready, so we'll Monado Buster on him. And so, when an enemy's killed in a chain attack, we just focus on the next one. So, I could Sword Drive this guy, or I could War Swing, because that's a couple rounds. I'll Sword Drive for 3 times. Yeah, that basically kills him. And Extension, great. The issue is, Sharla has no red art, so we're not going to get a bonus from whatever this is, but we can just Metal Blast him in the face. If you don't start off as Sharla, Sharla is the place, unfortunately, where chain attacks go to die. A lot of the time, they tend to just be, like... They'll get to her and she'll just be like, she'll do like a metal, something that doesn't stack to the multiplier at all, and then the game will just be like, oh, there's the end of your chain attack. So that's slightly frustrating. Anyway, let's kill some more of these Turkens. There's another crest, so that should cross off Material Quest 2. Oh no, because Material Quest 2 has 2 objectives, which is get the crest, not quests, get the crest and get the tail feathers. Oof, that 3-time sword drive it's got a lot of vinegar. So with that done, I'm actually not going to grind those Turkens, because A, there's a bit of an awkward position to get to for grinding anyway, but also, We've got a place to go to called the Turken Headquarters. There'll be more chance for Turkens, I assure you. This is what we need from up here, though, is a search quest, which is all very nice, which gets us the bird necklace back. Now what we want to do is, so here we are at Ragwell Bridge. There is our objectives where Juju crashed, and also Ragwell Bridge. Very pretty thing with a massive ether deposit over there that we're going to. Actually, let's talk about skills briefly. So Sharla has 3 skills: Perseverance, which increases physical defense, Devotion, which increases ether, and Confidence, which increases strength. She's got medium armor already and is working on greatly boosts the power of healing arts and chain attacks. As it stands at the moment, healing arts are the only blue arts we have, so unless you want to devote an entire chain attack to healing, which can be handy, but obviously Ryan can't get involved in that, that's not the most useful thing, but increases damage dealt by ether arts attacks is very handy, because all of Charlotte's attacking arts are ether. I keep calling her Charlotte, because that's my brain goes to a normal name. As for her skill links, so she can't link as many skills as, say, Shulk and Ryan can, because her affinity is much lower with the pair of them. But she can get increases tension from Battlestar affinity from Shulk, and no square skills from Ryan. Shulk can get nothing off Sharla, and Ryan can get medium armor off Sharla, which he's already got. Ryan's now got increases aggro from Mad Taunt. That's probably the most useful one to have Ryan on for now. Shulk has got restores HP to encourage ally, heals the party slightly after a chain attack. Why not? Yeah, we'll go for that. But what I want to do here is change to Shulk, because you remember one of our monster quests was... Go to party, damn it. One of our quests was to kill some M64s, and indeed, here they are. And as I've said beforehand, you really do not want to be relying on AI Shulk to fire up Monado enchant for you. So here I'm just going to quickly use the... there we go. You're not invincible, Monado enchant. Just basically, when you know you're going to be fighting Mechon for a while, just make sure you keep the... not the Mechonis gauge, the Monado gauge topped up so that when you... Because you will need to... Enchant lasts a while, it lasts about 60 seconds, so it's rare that you'll actually need to regenerate it within a battle, but at the beginning of every battle you will need to fire up enchant at least once, so try and make sure basically you end the fight with it topped up. So you notice there, I kind of almost skipped past it, but we actually got a cylinder, so whereas regular, biological, Bionis-based enemies drop ether crystals when they die, Mechonis-based enemies, so Mechon, will drop a cylinder when they die, because they don't have ether crystals in the same way that, ooh, that was thick, and then, Metal Blast. Oh, we did get an extension, nice, and actually I can go, so Metal Blast is a handy one to use, because if you do get an extension like we have done here, then I can use Stream Edge for 2 times on everyone, which is nice. Can't chain it with Ryan, but I can topple this guy. That's fun. That was a cool chain attack. I enjoyed that. 14,000's pretty good. And let's mince the rest of these Mechon. But yeah, some enemies from the Bionis will always drop crystals, whereas enemies from the Mechonis will drop cylinders, because that's their kind of artificial thing. Anyway, with this, let's finish up by killing this Mechon, and then we'll head up to where Juju was on the bridge.
Hey, Sharla, look.
It's Juju's buggy. What is that thing? Ah!
Juju! What is it? It's Juju!
Shulk, is he okay? Tell me!
There's a Mechon! It's taken Juju! When? I'm not sure, but I don't think we've got much time.
You said you saw a deep valley, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh, there's a place like that just up ahead. And it's even on the way to Colony 6. That must be the route Juju's taking.
You sure? No other deep valleys round here?
Not as far as I know.
Well, Shulk, let's move. That has to be where Juju is.
Right, as someone who's also seen the same shit Shulk is, the best way you can describe that is as a deep valley. Like, the main thing I'd say is, you know, it's got this weird spirally structure in the middle of it. I feel like that's far more obvious than deep valley. Half of this fucking field could be described as a deep valley in some way or other. But either way, it says we haven't got long, but I don't think any main quest... yeah, I'm going to confidently say I don't think any main quest in this game is ever actually timed in that way. So don't worry about doing that. And we'll get to it in a couple of episodes, who knows. That, I think, is our third moth crawler. It is, which completes that collection quest. Got us the other side of Ragwell Bridge, which is also a thingy, a landmark. There we go. God, that took a while. And let's talk now about the weather. So we need to fight White Eduardo, who appears on that island down there only during a thunderstorm. To change the weather, the best way to do it is to change the time. You can change the time to anything, like you set it forward an hour, and it will recycle the weather. Not necessarily. The best way to change the weather is change the time back an hour, which actually changes it forwards by 23 hours. But also, I think if you just do that, like, to here, it says the time has been changed, so it actually does just cycle it forwards by 24 hours. So you just gotta sit here and just repeatedly do that until... Oh, it's cool seeing the Mechonis over there again. I'm gonna say that literally... So, Xenoblade has some absolutely fantastic, like, vistas. It's basically its thing, is just some of these incredible views you get throughout the game because of the nature of the world. So I will constantly be saying, like, holy shit, that fucking view. Repeatedly throughout the game. Anyway, let's just, shuffle this some more. And it's raining. Is it thundering? Doesn't seem to be. Who's got new arts? Ryan's got new arts. Oh, Berserker. Aura that disregards defense to prioritize attack. Yeah, that's not a great one. Not going to even bother setting it. Oh, that looked like thunder. I love the idea as well of these guys just standing here for a solid week waiting for a thunderstorm so we can go down and fight White Eduardo. And indeed, there he is. So this is Ragwell Lake. And yeah, White Eduardo is a Brog-type enemy. And he's a big bastard as well, so let's try and take him out. There's also some Flamies here that will drop Flammy eggs that we're interested in, but for now, White Eduardo is our main goal. He's level 17, we're level 19, so that's pretty good. But we'll Shadow Eye first and let Ryan run in first. And let You Will Know Our Names play, which is always great. So I'm going to start by going for the old backslash. Let's see if we can break him. Generally, unique monsters tend to be pretty resistant to breaking. Usually chain attacks are a good way of breaking them. So we'll try and at least build up the party gauge a bit by getting some of these additional effects. We'll heal Ryan with light heal. Obviously, Sharla can do healing as well, better than us, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't if we get the moment to do it. Ryan's doing really well at... Oh, spoke too soon. I was going to say, Ryan's doing really well at drawing aggro, but he's not doing it. Oh, critical hit. Nice. And that crit has drawn the aggro very nicely. So let's get behind again. Let's try and break again. Nope. Let's try and break again. Nope. Most of them will have something in the 70 to 80% break resistance is what you're dealing with. But we are getting towards a chain attack, so that's good. Actually, we're nearly at one. Oh, Ryan's not doing great. Aha, we've got a chain attack. So let's heal up Ryan, and then we will... Oh, no! No, lose the aggro, lose the aggro. Actually, no, fuck it. Never mind the aggro. Let us stream edge to break it. Ryan can topple it. And then Sharla can just, I guess, thunder bullets. Why not? Not amazing, but we've got it toppled, which will let us do some laying into it here. So let's get Shulk ready and Monado buster it while it's down. There we go, that's done quite nicely. Shadow Eye, hopefully Ryan will take the aggro back. That would be great. Whenever you're ready, thank you very much. I was all ready to be sarcastic, but that wasn't quite necessary. So we should have this guy on the ropes pretty well. Let's give a bit more healing to Ryan, and let's see what we can do. Probably should charge the Monado meter a bit more as well, so we've got it ready to roll. There we go, that was a textbook fight of Ryan mostly keeps the aggro, Shulk took it occasionally, but not a huge deal. Sharla stayed in the back, firing off healing. It's the ideal. You'll notice as well, now it's raining, we've got these aqua nebulas around. It warned us about this. The game warned us about this in the first instance when we got here, but we didn't have any ether-type attacks. But yes, if we use ether attack, like that little like nuclear-looking symbol above their head means, in the same way that like sound enemies are lured by sound, they're lured by ether-type attacks, which means Sharla's ether rifle has a fair chance of like making them attack. It's a weird thing, but there we go. So just when you're firing off attacks with Sharla with nebulae nearby, bear in mind that... Oh, there's another one over there we've apparently targeted. Yeah, just be aware that you can accidentally start a fight with them, and they're just really slow to kill, so don't do that. Anyway, we're actually nearly at the end of the episode here, and I'm aware this has been an absolutely colossal one, because it's been an introduction to Sharla and an introduction to half of the Bionist leg, frankly. I'm just killing these guys in the hope that one of them... Well, they've dropped a silver chest, so I'm pretty likely that it is pretty likely that they will drop the fertile flammy egg, or whatever it's called, that we need from them. There are a fair few flammies around here, so we've got a good chance to grind them here anyway. There we go, fertile flammy egg, and oh, we do need 2 of them. So let's go and kill this group over here, I suppose. There we go, there's the second fertile flammy egg that we need for Material Quest 1. And yes, we will hold it there. So thank you everyone for watching. Next episode, we will be doing a few more side quests around Galplane, but we will also be getting on with the side quests, with the main quests. So we will be chasing down Juju next episode. Don't worry. Hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.